Setbacks and how to return to life after life pulls you away. It's strange how one moment can split your life into before and an after. You're moving through your days, following routines you built with effort, showing up the way you promised yourself you would, and then a single phone call, a piece of news, an emergency, or one expected shift pulls you out of your rhythm and straight into survival mode. And suddenly, all the things that felt doable yesterday or a moment ago feel impossible today or right now. That's the thing about setbacks. They don't always arrive slowly or with warning. Sometimes they hit fast, loud, and, of course, without permission. And when life demands your attention, everything else has to wait. Your routine, your work, your plans, your business, your goals. Even the strongest people get pulled off track. But the real challenge begins after the dust settles. Because getting back to your life is not automatic. It takes intention, it takes clarity, and it takes understanding the kind of setback you're recovering from. Most people skip this part. They try to bounce back without knowing what they're bouncing back from. And that is why they keep feeling stuck. So let's break it down so that it finally starts to make sense. First of all, we need to understand that not all setbacks are the same. Because when you treat every setback like one big lump of life happened, you end up with the wrong plan to recover from. There are 4 categories, and once you identify yours, everything starts making sense. Number 1, the sudden life shock. This is the kind that yanks you out of your routine instantly, like a family emergency, a crisis, a sudden medical issue, a tragedy, unexpected travel, or being needed somewhere else. Your body goes into autopilot. Your mind doesn't care about routines, goals, calendars, or content. You just do what needs to be done. This category requires grace and reset, not pressure. Number 2, the quiet emotional collapse. This one is harder to see. It looks like a slow decline in motivation, losing yourself while taking care of others, too many disappointments or failures, too many responsibilities, feeling mentally drained, or feeling lost. You didn't stop because you wanted to. You stopped because you just couldn't go on. Your heart just got tired. You got tired. This type of setback needs connection and gentleness, not hustle. Number 3, the routine disruption. Nothing tragic, just life shifting. For example, traveling, or guests staying over, or kids' schedules being changed, or holidays, or long days that break your rhythm, or too many unfinished tasks. It feels small, but it's the most common reason people lose momentum. This one needs structure and a fresh start. Number 4, the confidence hit. This is the invisible setback. It can look like a plan didn't work, a launch didn't land, a failure you didn't expect, a comparison spiral, a dip in performance, or a feeling like you're behind. You didn't lose ability, you lost belief. And this kind of setback needs tiny wins and proof to recover. Once you know your category, the comeback becomes much easier. So here are some simple but very, very powerful steps to take. When they're done in the right order, they can have significant impact. But most of us, we do them in the wrong order, which is why our comeback feels impossible. let's see how that looks like. The steps that you need to take are: step 1, stop pretending you can jump back in. You can't go from 0 to full speed in one day. Your brain won't allow it. Your body won't support it. Just admit it. I got pulled off track, and now I am finding my way back. It sounds simple, but it cuts the shame in half. Step 2, decide on a 48-hour reset window. Don't aim for a weekly plan. Don't rebuild all routines at once. Tell yourself, for the next 2 days, I am resetting. That's it. And during these 2 days, keep it super simple. Like, clean one small space. It could look like doing one meaningful task, moving your body for like 5-10 minutes. Eat real food once a day. Reduce noise. Breathe. Rest without guilt. 2 days is enough to shift your state from stuck to in motion. Step 3, choose one anchor task. This is the thing that pulls the rest of your routine together. For some people, it could be a morning walk, 1 hour of work, a small piece of content, journaling, planning the day, cleaning their workspace. Pick one, not 3, not 7. One anchor brings back momentum. Step 4, lower the bar, then lower it again. You don't come back at 100%. You come back at 10%, then 20%, then slowly upward. Whatever you think you can do, cut it in half. When you lower the bar, you remove pressure. When pressure drops, resistance drops. And when resistance drops, action returns. Step 5, start with life, then business. Most people do the opposite because your personal routine is the engine of your work routine. Focus order should always be: first, stabilize yourself; second, open mental space; third, reintroduce work; fourth, rebuild momentum. Trying to work before you're stable always ends the same way: burnout. Step 6, end each day with one win, even tiny ones. Setbacks steal your self-trust. Tiny wins will rebuild it. For example, you responded to one message. That's a win. You walked for 5 minutes. That's a win. You cleaned your desk. That's a win. You opened your planner. That's a win. You showed up for 20 minutes. That's a win. Your brain needs evidence that you are capable again. Step 7, don't try to become who you were before the setback. That version of you is gone. And that's not a bad thing. You're rebuilding with more experience, more wisdom, more strength. The goal isn't to go back. The goal is to step into who you are after everything you just went through. Super important. That version of you is sharper, more aware, more intentional, more resilient. Step number 8, build slowly, but show up daily. Consistency doesn't mean intensity. Consistency means presence. Show up at a level you can sustain. Even 15 minutes of effort a day is enough to reignite your routine. Step 9, remind yourself of this truth. You don't need a perfect plan. You just need a starting point. A setback is not a failure. It's a pause life forced on you. A chapter you didn't choose, but had to walk through. And coming back after a setback doesn't require motivation. It requires a structure. It requires acceptance. It requires clarity, and it requires the courage to start small again. You're not broken. You're not behind. You're not done. You are rebuilding. And rebuilding, my friend, is its own kind of strength. And once you get back into motion, even a little, everything else starts falling into place. So tell me, what's the one small thing you are choosing today to get back into motion? Come back and let me know. I want to cheer you on.